Welcome to EventUp, the place where people enthusiastic about events stay in the know on the latest trends within the events industry. Live, hybrid, and virtual experiences. From virtual events to conferences, award galas, and everything in between.
Welcome to our State of Experiential report. My name is Sara Rosas. I'm the Director of Partnerships here at IMG. Joining us today is Amanda Ma. She's our CEO, an industry leader. She's an experiential marketing expert, and honestly, one of the people who has seen this industry evolve from every angle. Amanda, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm really excited about this. This is one of my favorite things to do with you every year, to talk about the state of experiential.
Yes, and thank you everyone joining in, whether you're a brand marketer, agency partner, experiential professional, or a client, and you're curious about where live experiences are headed this year. We're very glad that you're here. Today's session is packed with insights. We create this report every year because our clients and our partners continue to ask us the same core questions, which are what's actually working right now, where should we be investing, and how do we design experiences that truly matter, not just experiences that look good on pictures, right? So this report brings those answers together by reflecting where we are in the industry and where we're going across the industry, from brands, audiences, creators, and real world execution. All right. So before we go any further, I want to briefly share who we are at IMG and why this report really matters to us. We are an award-winning full-service event management agency focused on creating real moments of impact that connect brands with people. We design, plan, and execute. Everything we build is rooted with intention, driving ROI, building culture, and strengthening brand loyalty. We're known for culturally relevant, very immersive experiences that feel authentic, human, and connected to the communities that we design them for. We partner with brands like Google, TikTok, Best Buy, Meta, and our work has been recognized by BizBash, Event Marketer, and Inc. magazine. And, more than anything, this report is really grounded in what we see every day. We're in the room, so we're the ones building the experiences, and we see firsthand what works, what is shifting, and where brands are being challenged. So this is what this report is built on: real world insight, not just theory. So let's take a step back and talk about 2025, because this year really set the tone for everything that we're seeing into 2026. 2025 brought big momentum to the experiential scene. I have flashbacks of myself speaking about 2025, and the demand of in-person connection grew as we predicted. Brands leaned into events as a key driver of culture, loyalty, and engagement. And while different sectors moved at different speeds, the overall direction of the industry remained really positive and forward-focused. What stood out most to us is that brands didn't just return to live experiences, but they expanded them and they built them as a strategy and as a system, actually. We saw a really big acceleration in categories like beauty, wellness, CPG, where experiential became a core channel for community building. These brands invested in creator-led activations, immersive pop-ups, and a high-touch consumer moment. This momentum was fueled by strong consumer demand, the rise of social-first commerce on platforms like TikTok, and creators and faster innovation cycles that were really driven by real-time engagement with our audience. So ultimately, 2025 was not just about showing up and doing for doing. It was about building deeper brand connection with your consumer. At the same time, of course, we all knew 2025 came with real challenges. Sectors like tech, SaaS, fintech went through a period of recalibration. AI-driven restructuring and the budget shifts changed how events were planned and prioritized. Some channels grew, some channels had to restructure, and in the practice, this meant fewer large-scale conferences, more focus on ROI, high ROI moments, and a stronger emphasis on operational efficiency. Despite tighter conditions, events did not disappear, they just became more strategic. And brands were also navigating broader pressures like economic uncertainty, rising production costs, and higher expectations for measurement and accountability. So all of this required our brands, our partners to be more agile, and our obviously on our side as well, to be more efficient, to be more intentional with experiential spend. And what 2025 really taught us is that experiential remains essential, but we have to earn our place. So now, Amanda, I would love for you to take it from here. You're such an expert and a powerhouse in this industry. So please walk us through where experiential marketing is headed in 2026 and the trends that you see shaping this year ahead.
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for walking us through 2025 as well. I think it's fun fact. So we kind of mentioned in the beginning, we do this every year. So I actually went back to look at what we talked about last year. Actually, it did happen. So just so you know, we're usually very much on trend. So I'm excited to kind of share with you guys 2026. And for those of you that are tuning in, you kind of know like this is the age of analog, right? So if you're still thinking like social media has moment in 22, now it's all about analog. Sarah talked a lot about human connection, experiential, and she is 100% on the dot. That's exactly what we'll dive into a little bit more. And it's not about reacting anymore. It's really about being intentional. So Sarah kind of dropped a few hints in the beginning, and we're really seeing a clear shift when it comes to like brand approach. Just keep in mind, it's not just another event, right? The focus is really also not just about scale, but really it's on relevance, connection, as well as the measurable impact. And that's what the next section is all about. So what I'm going to take you guys through is you'll notice right away that these trends fall into a few clear things. So first, how experiences are designed. Things like sensory marketing, hyper-immersive environments, as well as near-inclusive event designs. I was really happy to see that as part of the trends. And these designs are really all about how people feel in this space and how comfortable and engaged and presented they are throughout the experience. Right. Second, how experiences are led and shared, creator-led events, as well as on-site content stations, community-centered engagement. All this really reflects how much trust has shifted towards people and communities, and how experiences now live far beyond the physical room. So we're excited about that. Third, how experiences are scaled as well as measured. Scalable micro event series out of the box swag ideas and gifting, and the ROI measurement and efficiency. All these are super important, as well as brands are really thinking about more strategically about repetition, longevity, as well as proving value. Does it make business sense? Because of the economy, every dollar needs to make even more bigger impact compared to before. And finally, how technology really supports creativity. AI was a big word. I just came back from CES, and of course, that still remained such a hot topic. And AI is a creative partner, not just a replacement. And as well as AI is really helping teams move faster with being able to explore more ideas and also personalize experiences without sacrificing quality. Together, all these trends tell a very clear story, which is experiential in 2026 is even more human, more intentional, and more accountable than before, which I was very happy to hear. In the next session, I'll walk you through some of these trends and share what's new and why they matter and what brands should be thinking about as you guys plan for the year ahead. I'm going to move through these trends at a high level because each one does go deeper into the full State of Experiential report. So if you love this, but you want more insights, make sure you definitely download our report because you're going to get so much more information out of that. All right, kicking it off with trend number 1, which is sensory marketing. In 2026, engaging all 5 senses is no longer a nice to have, but rather it's a fundamental. Brands are really designing experiences that feel immersive and emotionally memorable across the entire attendee journey, not just like visually, right? So this is such a fun one for us. Trend number 2, creator-led events. For those of you that have been tuning in over the years, you know I love this one, and we're seeing this even more now. A lot of the brands are leveraging creator-led events, but no longer are creators just guests, right? You're even seeing creators attend events, covering events. They're now hosts, they're now curators, and even co-creators of the experience, as well as brands are investing in long-term creator partnerships that build trust and community and engagement, both online and as well as in real life. And trend number 3 is AI as a creative partner. I think a lot of brands are moving in this direction. This allows us to be a little bit more efficient. AI has really moved beyond efficiency as well as into creativity, right? Teams are really utilizing this to support ideation, storytelling, as well as personalization. And this is helping them move faster and explore more ideas without sacrificing quality. Trend number 4 is hyper immersive environments. So immersion is now the baseline expectation. Brands are really transforming spaces into thematic, multi-sensory environments that people step into, not just events to attend. So I think some of the ones that pop into my head are like the Netflix house or like Stranger Things. Like those experiences really come to mind right now. Trend number 5, scalable micro event series. So we predicted this as well. Instead of one massive moment, brands are really building that momentum in terms of like repeatable, smaller experiences that can really scale across cities. So you may see the same event, but in different cities, and that also create consistency, also really tying in the local relevancy and then just creating that momentum throughout the year too. So we're seeing a lot of these in our clients' projects. Trend number 6, on-site content station. Don't just use events as itself. Like we're seeing events are really now designated a content capture with them in mind from the start, right? So really building these like very purposeful space to make it easy to create high quality, shareable content that extends the life of the event beyond just that specific life moment. Trend number 7, out of the box swag and gifting. I love this one, you guys. As much as everybody loves surprise and delight, it can get a little bit after a while, right? Like, how do you keep the excitement going? Gifting really has become part of the experiential itself. And brands are really focusing on like thoughtful, personalized items that people actually keep, use, and share. I saw one last year that it was like a perfume brand that sent out their box. It was incredible. It almost what it looked like portable vinyl player. It was so amazing and it's just so cute. And there's something like people will actually keep rather than like throw away afterwards. Trend number 8, community center engagement. We talk about this a lot. It's no longer just about creators or individuals coming. It's about creating community because that's what's going to truly move the needle. Brands are really designing localized, interest-based experiences that really help deepen the trust, loyalty, as well as the long-term participation within specific community. Trend number 9, ROI measurement and efficiency. More and more brands are asking like more impact. So in terms of like measurement is really now central to experiential marketing strategy, even more so than before. Teams are connecting on data across registration, engagement, CRMs, as well as the sponsorship to prove value before, during, and after the events. And the ones that are doing well are winning on this aspect as well. So trend number 10, neuro inclusion event design, right? Brands are designing experiences that support different sensory and cognitive needs, as well as making events more comfortable and accessible and welcoming for a wider range of events. And I would love to see more of these. I just mentioned I went to CES. That was super overwhelming. If a brand were to support events space like this, I think it would be amazing and I would definitely go. All right, Sarah, turning it back to you.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all of those. Now that you walked us through the trends that are going to shape 2026, we wanted to give you a couple of real world examples. Amanda already mentioned some really great ones. And this highlights that we're not just talking about experiential, but, we have to bring these strategies into life in meaningful ways. And what we're seeing is clear across the industry. The brands that stand out are translating insight into the experience, not just content or, campaign generation and just looking into the impressions. One of really strong examples that we have is Pinterest. Pinterest has always been an industry leader, not only in creativity, but obviously like pushing the needle forward. And Pinterest took their annual Pinterest Predicts report and they transformed it into a physical immersive pop-up. They've been doing this, I think, since 2023 or 2024. And the experience combines visual storytelling, the hands-on interaction, and creator-friendly moments designed for sharing. And what actually makes this activation really effective is the balance between data and creativity, because they take the insights that people already trust them with by using the platform and they turn it into tangible and engaging experience. So we're all feeding the algorithm and then they give us basically like the summary and the findings. And another brand doing this extremely well is Netflix. Amanda talked about this. They continue to invest in experiential moments tied into the content and everywhere from pop-ups to fan-focused experiences. They really push the needle with storytelling and building the bridge between fandom and building a brand. And they make them highly shareable. And you can just tell that attendees are going to remember that experience forever, right? All of these examples want to reinforce our point that experiential doesn't need to be large scale, doesn't need to be $1 million budgets, but it does need to be very relevant and it does need to be localized and it needs to resonate across the year. You cannot only do one event and expect it to create the momentum that you're hoping. And what these brands share is the intention. The experiences are grounded in insight. They are built, designed for the audience, and they connect culture in a real, authentic way.
Thank you. So well said, Sarah. As we wrap up, I really want to bring everything together, right? Experiential marketing in 2026 is really defined by intention, relevance, as well as measurable impact. You kind of hear that throughout today as we provide you the sneak peek version. But brands are moving away from like scale for the scale's sake and really focusing on experiences that create meaningful connection while delivering clear business value. And we're really seeing that fundamental shift in events are designed and evaluated, right? Whether it is events in 2026 are more immersive, they're more human-centered, they're more accessible and locally relevant, as well as more operationally efficient. Live experiences are not just returning, but they are really evolving into high-impact, emotionally resonant moments that move both people and brands forward. As well as across everything we shared today, there's a clear through line, which is the experiences that works best are designed with a purpose. And they understand their audience, they respect their attention, as well as they create value beyond the moment itself. And as brands plan ahead, the opportunity is not to do more, but really is to do better, right? And even internally at our agency, we're setting out to do less but better this year. And just to be more intentional about every event you're doing, to be thoughtful and to design experiences that truly matter. Thanks, Sarah.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. We covered a lot today. Oh my God. I feel like that was a lot, but we tried to really make it condensed for you guys to see in this YouTube video or podcast, wherever you're listening in. And we just want to mention that this is actually a very comprehensive report Amanda mentioned. We want to invite you to look into the notes of this episode and please go download the report. It has a lot of insight. It has a lot of actionable insights so that you can put into your strategy. And we really want it to be, like I said, intentional, human-centered, and focused on real impact. So please download it, share it with your team. And if you're ready to elevate your events or how to explore these ideas and how they could apply to your brand, feel free to leave a comment or reach out to us directly. We would love to continue this conversation. Amanda, before we wrap up, any thoughts?
Just real quick, experiential marketing 2026 is about designing with purpose. We kind of touch upon that, right? And then brands that really will win in this area are the ones who understand the audience and create meaningful experiences, and then also measure what matters. Like, definitely spend a little bit of time on that. And at Innovate Marketing Group, that is exactly what we believe in. Our purpose is actually creating real moments of impact. So that was our purpose for a long time. It just happened to tie in very nicely for this year. So I want to also take a moment to thank all the Innovate Marketing Group team who worked on this State of Experiential report. You guys, is so extensive. So like Sarah said, definitely download it because there's so many golden nuggets in there you could share with your team or even your colleagues or counterpart to help set you guys up for success, But thank you all for spending time with us today. We're so excited to see how you bring these ideas to life. And if they work, please let us know. We would love to hear about it. But this is exciting for us. We love experiential. We love what it can do. And we love the impact it makes. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Tune in next time on EventUp.